Hi Leo, and welcome to your August 2019 general read. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel. Happy birthday, Leo. I have been on a long break because I was working on I do shows, so I was opening and closing a show in June, so I'm a little late. I said June, I meant July. I'm a little late at getting these out, but I did want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope that you saw the readings from June and the love reading I sent for you, because those were really special. So we'll get started here, and just to let you all know that any information about doing personal reads is in the box below, as well as all the information about this general read, because I begin with the overall that was taken at the beginning of the year. And let me see, anything else? Thank you again for all of your likes and your shares and your subscribes. I so love being a part of this tarot community, building a group with you all. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Okay, so your overall with the Mystical Shaman Oracle card is fire. And this is your element, right? This is all about action, orientation, passion, strength. Everything that you are, Leo. This is telling me that this year, despite the fact that we go up and down, this is a pretty good year for you. So I hope that you're feeling that. If you're tuning in and you're like, what? This is not my year. I'm having all kinds of trouble. What this is telling me is that you have this potential, that you can pull in this energy at any time that you want to, because this is inherent to you, okay? Now, for specifically this month, the Line Strider deck has the Two of Wands. This is building. It's building either with a partner, so you might be in a partnership with your job, with your work, but this is also building towards a future, and it's waiting. See, that World card is right there. It's waiting for the future to come true, right? So you're setting the very basic foundations, because this leads to the 3 and then the 4, but this is still the action of building, and the Wands again is your suit of doing things, of creation, of being out there on the front, making things happen. And I'm saying that because it's clarified in the Lenormand deck by the ship. This is a card of movement, of travel. So this could be a new job that is forcing you or offering you the opportunity to travel. You might be traveling to a new partnership or to a new job, but there's something about movement that's happening, and it could be movement of your home. It could just be a short-term movement. There's a lot of travel happening in August, but I feel like it's whatever traveling or movement that's happening for you this month, Leo, it's actually setting you up for something quite nicely, because you're building foundations, okay? This is beautiful energy. I love this for you. And we're going to do past, present, future with the Klimt Tarot this time. I felt like breaking it up, changing things around. And as always, everything has been pre-shuffled. So I'm looking for past energies for Leo, please. Past energies for Leo. Okay, well that was just flopping out. Okay, let's coming back together again. Past energies for Leo, please. I'll clear it just to make sure there's nothing else sitting there. Past energies for Leo, please. What has been going on for the Leos? There's one. There's that Four of Wands. We've got another one. I need one more, please. One more past energy for Leo, please. Okay, thank you. So we have Four of Wands, came out in the reverse. So perhaps there was something that you had built in the past that didn't feel structurally stable. It could be a home situation. It could be in this work situation, right? You might have gone in one direction in your job, and maybe it's not your job. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you went towards an investment and it just didn't pan out. So something that you thought was stable didn't quite pan out. So we've also got Three of Cups came out in the reverse. So it was not a fun experience. You might have lost some money. You might have cried even, right? Like, this is an emotional card, the Three of Cups. When it's in the upright, it's celebrational, it's enjoyment, it's pleasure. When it's in the reverse, that's just telling me that the energies have been turned, which means that it wasn't, it didn't feel good. So what you thought was structural, what was a strong foundation, actually turned into pain. Okay, and the other thing is, when the cards start showing me that they're talking about a relationship, even though it's a general read, I will start reading it as a relationship, just to give you that possibility. So we have the Four of Wands, which can indicate a marriage or a connection, or if you see in this card, it's a mother and a child building love together. So this connection that you thought was strong might have ended up being, and this is, we talk about this being a third party, or another thing came in to play. And that could be, your mother had an illness and you had to take care of her and let go of the relationship. Your child even might have needed to have more of the attention, and so the relationship had to end. Okay, so it doesn't have to be that you were being cheated on, but there is something that caused a pain, that it wasn't exciting, it wasn't pleasurable any longer. Things kind of fell apart. And then we've got the Tower. Speaking of things falling apart. So there was a great change that occurred in your life because of all of this energy in the past. I'm grateful that this is in your past. This could be near past, this could be deep past, because what we're talking about in the present is directly reflecting this past energy, okay? So this is what I'm gonna just say is that it looks like it was a relationship that fell apart. There was some pain, and there was a great change that occurred in your life because of it. And with the Four of Wands being there, it does pretend that there was a marriage. So I could be talking to Leos who were married and who had a divorce in the past, and it was a painful divorce, okay? Now, I'm also feeling like you're really ready now to build, to do something different, to move forward in your life away from this energy, away from that pain, and maybe even away from the memory, right? Like this could just be processing through and really releasing this occurrence, because this could have occurred 20 years ago and you still have remnants of it and you're just trying to let it go. And that could be what we're really talking about this month, is that it's just the last bit of letting go. Okay, so let's see what comes up. We've got Four of Swords in the present energy. In the reverse, coming out of hiding, you've done a lot of reflection. Great, fantastic. You've taken your time, you've pulled yourself away, you have reconciled your feelings even, because it's, we're talking about this energy of what's gone on in the past, and it's left a lot of feeling and left a lot of things. Again, it's this Tower energy, left a lot of things flying in the air, right? It threw off your life. It really changed you, so you had to pull back. So you have pulled back, but now it's time, and I'm feeling like this for you in the present, to come out. Come on out. We've got Nine of Wands. Yes, it's been a tough battle. You're showing your wounds. You're being vulnerable. You have been hurt. It's obvious that you have had some pains, but I feel like, again, you've got a lot of wands here. You're feeling like this is your power, right? You know that you can survive despite the fact that you were knocked down, despite the fact that, if there was cheating, you've gone past that now. Despite the fact that this didn't work out in the past and there was pain, you've gotten through it. You're stronger for it. Okay, that's what that Nine of Wands energy is here. And now we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is that keeping your head down, working hard. I even like this card in this deck because it has a family that's almost about to come to fruition. Okay, so this is where you're at. You're almost about to bring that next gift of yourself forward. You're almost about to manifest that next relationship, if that's only what we're talking about. Let's go back to business. If this was a business relationship, or a business or a job or an investment, something that just flew the total sideways, knocked you out, maybe put you bankrupt, or you lost a lot of money. You're now to a place where you've processed through it, you're seeing yourself clearly, and you're just about to birth something new because of all this past energy, which is beautiful. Really tough road. I don't know if this is, a long time coming. It could be for some of you. But I love that this is very obvious. You're wearing this, you're showing all of what you've been through. You're letting people know. Let's see what's coming up in the near future for Leos, and then I'll get some clarification too. So near future for Leo, please. Near future for Leo. Okay, we've got, I think that was 2 that came out and flopped together. That's too many, please. Okay, anything else for the future for Leo, please? There we go. All right. So 2 of Swords, making a clear decision. You're going to speak your truth. This is, and it could be too, you having to talk with an air sign specifically because it's an air suit. And it's interesting, I got the other 2, the 2 of Cups, which came out in the reverse. So you may be feeling like there's an almost soulmate situation, an almost partnership coming up in the future. The energy is similar to what you may want, but it may not be exactly right. Okay, let's see what this last card says. It's the 6 of Cups in the reverse. So this could just be someone, and again, we're coming out of Mercury in retrograde, so that has a tendency to bring things back around. So if it's Venus or Mercury, I notice this, sometimes with Mars, but usually Venus and Mercury, that there's an old flame that might come through, there's an old remembrance. It doesn't have to be the actual person sometimes, but the remembrance of that person. So that could be what's going on here, is that perhaps there's a person that you were with in the past who comes back. You feel, you're remembering that there was a connection, a deep connection of that 2 of Cups, where you both saw it yourselves together. You felt emotionally mirrored, balanced. But the truth is that it wasn't something that's going to work out for the long term. The 6 of Cups in the reverse, when it's in the upright, it talks about that reconciliation, but when it's in the reverse, it's just saying it's not going to move forward. It's actually, what I will say, I'll say it in a different way, is that this is a card of nostalgia, right? Thinking of things in the past, remembering, reconciling, and when it's in the reverse, it's just telling me either it's not going to be reconciled, you're releasing whatever this past memory stuff was. So if this is up for review, right, whatever this past relationship was, whatever this past investment thing was, whatever this past was, if this is up for review, you're finally releasing it in the very near future. If you have released everything here from the past, what's coming up is something, and this also happens, is that sometimes when we're going through great change, great growth, the universe gives us something very similar to what we have been trying to grow away from, grow up from. And what I mean by that is this is patterning, right? This is deep pattern. Whatever this relationship, whatever this business partnership or investment opportunity, work, whatever it was, it's a pattern. And so it blew up in the past, changed your life. You have been licking your wounds, working on it, trying to grow something new in the present. In the near future, it's showing that you're going to have this choice of going back to the pattern or continuing to forge a new path. And that is the trick, right? The universe presents us with the same thing from the past to say, are you sure you want to change? Are you sure you want something different? And it's up to you. You have the choice. I like that you have this very clear choice to make, okay? And it's the choice of moving away from the patterning. And maybe it's, you have someone who's incredibly amazing in the near future coming into your life who reminds you of somebody from the past. And you have the choice of being totally new in this relationship or going back into your old patterns, your old way of being. So it may not have to do with this other person necessarily at all. This is all your internal process. Now, I want to get just a clearer idea of present and future energies. The past, I'm never really interested so much in clarifying that, because I think we've got a couple different storylines that we can go with there. But what's for the present, we're really getting close to manifesting something right now. So let's see if I can get some very clear idea of the manifestation, and then I'll also get a Lenormand. 10 of Wands, unburdening. Okay, it came out sideways, so it's really your choice, right? So this 10 of Wands is unburdening yourself from whatever, not only weight, but responsibility. And this is your suit again, Leo. So this is about action and strength. Could be false pride even. So unburdening yourself from things that don't suit you anymore. You're in a major change place, which I appreciate. Major changes right now. It's a struggle though, because this is being something totally different, being something totally new, and you're forging your own path, which is also quite scary. You might have a friend who is helping you right now go through this. You might be with a friend who is mirroring for you, okay? So if you're not in a relationship, a friendship might be the one that's helping you to unpack and unburden so that then you can move to the next phase, okay? If not, look towards your friends, or finally, be a better friend, okay? Look towards being a better friend for others, and maybe getting out of your personal process and working and focusing on others might be the best course of action in your present tense. Now let's go to the future, and let's see if I can get some clarification on the future, please. For Leo in the near future, I'd like to see some clarification for these cards, and not in chunks. Not in chunks, please. Thank you. Let me see if there's anything else coming up in the near future for Leo. Might have to take the one at a time, because they're not flying so much. So I feel like we're holding back the story a bit. And I feel like that one too. Okay, we're gonna get a lot of cards out. Okay, so we've got 3 of Wands in the reverse. We're wanting to build, wanting to let it come forward, okay? But it's not quite there yet. Okay, the idea of who you are, who you want to be, what you want to do in the near future is there. You're very clear on it. It's just not quite coming into fruition yet. I'm going to say it's probably because you just have a little bit more of this processing of this last relationship to let go of, or this last whatever that's up for you in this reading. Okay, so whatever this past issue is, once that clears out, then I think you can turn all this card around so that you could really start waiting for the new stuff to come forward. Okay. We also have King of Wands, the first person to make their entry. King of Wands, this is your energy, but it's in the reverse, okay? So again, in the near future, just taking a step back, okay? Just taking a step back. Try not to overextend yourself, and know that you're not quite at full power yet. It's tough because this is your season. You deserve to be at full power, but I think because of whatever you're processing, and this is, whoever's tuning in here, whatever you're processing here, it's taken so much of your energy, so much of your strength that you're just not quite back into your full power yet. Queen of Swords in the reverse, and it could be related to an air sign, and that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or it could just be not being able to speak your truth in a way that is compassionate for the others. There could have been a lot of arguments, and I would say verbal struggle, okay? Even struggling to find the words. Maybe this is something that happened during Mercury retrograde, because that would be a struggle to find words. So this energy, again, is still being processed in the future, okay? It's the inability to be mature and compassionate with your words, because the Queen she is at her maturity level. The King of Swords is too stern. The Queen is what I feel like where we want to be. And I feel like that energy being reversed is that we're really trying to work towards that compassion and truth with the words. Okay, we've also got Knight of Pentacles. Okay, it's slowly moving, maybe feeling a little stagnant. There might be a younger person around or someone who is idealistic. It's a knight, not necessarily the page, but I'm still reading it that way because I've got the king and the queen. But look, lovers here, okay? And this came out in the upright. So the lovers card is the Gemini card. So we could be talking about processing through life with a Gemini. Maybe there was a relationship that broke up. Maybe there was a replication of a relationship with a Gemini. Or maybe it's just, again, about, you've got so many deeply connecting cards here. It's just trying to figure out where the balance is, right? And this is the balance for you, Leo. Where is this relationship balance going to lay or lie? I don't know which one it goes best, right? So if it's going to be with you being all on your own, doing things for yourself, or if it's going to be taking a chance with somebody in the near future and trying to do things differently, that's entirely possible. But I think that all of this is just a review that's happening from the Mercury retrograde. And what will happen is on the other side, you're going to get to clarity. Because the Lover's card initially was, it was a card about making choices and finding the balance between. So it's similar to the Justice card, okay? But this is about making choices, and that's what you're coming up with. You're coming up to is being able to make the choice that's best for you and this new person that you're birthing yourself into, that you're becoming. That's that Eight of Pentacles energy and your present energy. Okay, I want to see if there's any clarification with the Lenormand deck for Leos for this month. Leo, this is deep karma stuff that you're working through, that you're releasing. I'm proud of you. I know it might not feel the best, but there's really nothing that it doesn't seem to be awful. It just seems to be emotional stuff that you're releasing, right? It's just still you're carrying it around. And this is just the final of releasing. If it was a past relationship, if it was whatever it was, it's the final releasing. So the truth is that you're just almost close enough to let it go. The Lenormand deck does not want to let me. Doesn't want to clarify. Interesting. Leo's holding back. You gotta talk, Leo. You gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. Might be a child involved, but this is also a new chapter. Go back to your innocence. You're also you love the children. Go back to your innocence. Go back to where it's playful and fun and enjoyable. Okay? Find that energy within all of this, and that is where the cards are offering you the next journey. Okay, go to your highest excitement. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. I'm sending you all of my love. Until next time.